Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Thursday, November 21st, 2013. This is Texan TV News from the campus of Tarleton State University in Stephenville, Texas, and I am Jazmine Echols. In today's headlines, Stargazing Event Friday, $1 million bond passed for Stephenville, conspiracy theories continue 50 years later, some justice for bullying case, 12 dead after Algeria World Cup, a prince to come to the Texas Rangers, and what does the Fox say explanation. In campus news, Tarleton's program for astronomy education and research holds its annual fall star party tomorrow at the Honeywell Ranch Observatory. The event is free and open to the public. Visitors will have the opportunity to gaze at stars, deep space objects, as well as several planets. Tarleton's 32-inch reflecting research telescope and several smaller telescopes will be made available beginning at 5:30 p.m. Larry Barr excited to have Tarleton's fourth year of this event, which is held once in the spring and again in the fall, with the usual turnout of 100 to 150 people. Through this event, Barr hopes to encourage people to tour the observatory and give local amateur astronomers a chance to bring their telescopes and share the view with those who attend. Mr. Barr is hoping to get more folks interested in astronomy and the sciences in general. The stargazing will continue until 10:30 p.m., and visitors are asked to turn off their headlights as they approach the observatory. Free coffee and hot cocoa will be provided. Up-to-date information regarding the star party, including a possible cancellation to weather, can be obtained by calling 254-968-0522 one day prior to the event. The Stephenville Empire-Tribune reports the Stephenville Council had a special meeting Tuesday where they unanimously passed a $1 million bond for water and sewer lines. The bond will be repaid over 10 years, with the first year being 2015. The bond will have an interest rate that accumulates to $191,938 over the 10-year payment plan. The council unanimously voted to accept a new fire truck as well, which is a Type 6 engine. The truck is being given to the fire department by the Texas Fire Mutual Aid System grant-free. The truck will be used for local and regional mutual aid incidents, local and regional multiple alarm incidents, as well as being a primary truck if the current one were having maintenance done to it. The next city will be held at City Hall on December 3rd at 5:30 p.m. And now today's Texas national and international news from the Associated Press. In state news, tomorrow the 50th anniversary of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, and by all accounts, conspiracy theories still run rampant. The general consensus seems to be that the real story behind the fatal gunshots that took President Kennedy's life will never be truly known. President Kennedy and the First Lady were riding in the back seat of a convertible, waving to the crowds of people that had gathered alongside the roadway parade route in Dallas, Texas, when shots rang out and America's youngest president lay slumped and dying. Perhaps this is one thing that continues to drive our fascination about this tragedy in American history. Here's what a few people in Dallas had to say about that fatal day from the AP.
History abounds at Dealey Plaza, as do the conspiracy theorists.
We saw white smoke coming from the grassy area.
Including Mark Oakes. He's convinced 50 years later more than one person killed President John F. Kennedy.
And so the verdict isn't out yet if you don't know all the evidence.
He holds court on a prime piece of real estate, as does Robert Groden.
Certainly, the shots came from more than one direction. There had to be a conspiracy.
Groden occupies the infamous land known as the Grassy Knoll.
That is the former Texas School Book Depository building.
And on the 50th anniversary of JFK's assassination, visitors still come by the busload to get their own view of what happened.
What was it like to be here in Dallas as those days unfolded? And that's what we create on the JFK Trolley Tour.
From either communists to Cubans to Jimmy Hoffa or the Mafia, Howard Willens has heard it all.
This was the most extensive criminal investigation ever conducted in the history of the United States.
The staff counsel of the Warren Commission, which concluded it was the work of the lone gunman Lee Harvey Oswald, does have a theory of his own on why conspiracy beliefs won't die.
I think there's a very heavy emotional content to the perspective that people bring to this event. This was, after all, a charismatic young president whose campaign song was High Hopes.
A young president whose death gave birth to countless doubters.
She maintains shots from the grassy knoll.
Who are still trying to rewrite history today. John Moan, Associated Press, Dallas.
In national news, a 12-year-old and 14-year-old are released on bullying charges. In September, 12-year-old Rebecca Sedgwick jumped to her death because some believe she was being bullied. The bullying started about a year ago when Rebecca started dating the 14-year-old's ex-boyfriend. The older of the two arrested threatened to fight the girl and told her to drink bleach and die. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd announced the arrest of a 12- and 14-year-old juveniles on stalking charges. The attorney for the two juveniles held a press conference stating the charges had been dropped and demanded an apology from the sheriff for arresting the 12-year-old who had been bullied herself. Attorney Jose Baez called it reckless what had been done, seeing that there was no evidence of his client committing any criminal act. Judd proclaimed he was happy with the outcome. In international news, yesterday, the Algerian soccer team became a qualifier for 2014 World Cup finals after defeating Burkina Faso on Tuesday night. Celebrations from Algerian fans turned bad as they were linked to the deaths of 12 people and injuring about 240 others as soccer-mad fans ran through the streets and also raced cars and honked. Most of the injuries and deaths were a result of young men being in traffic accidents during the chaotic celebration. According to emergency services, those who were in the cars were speeding around crowded city streets on slick, winding roads. According to another statement from emergency services, 5 fans were killed when their van veered off the road into a ditch in a small town east of Algiers, while 4 more fans died in the city of Biscayne when 2 trucks collided. The state news agency also reports that a vehicle with the family slid off the road in the city of Boria, which killed a 10-year-old passenger. 8 other passengers were also injured and include between the ages of 3 and 8 years old. The remaining 2 deaths took place in the towns of Tipaza and Masila. Much of the north of the country encountered heavy rains Tuesday, making the dangers of driving even more immense. In sport news, the Texas Rangers are the team to strike first this offseason. And what will be the first of many trades for league baseball, the Rangers come to an agreement on a trade of second baseman Ian Kinsler for baseman Prince Fielder of the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers and Rangers are 2 of the AL's best teams and are looking to make moves this offseason. The Tigers' second baseman Omar Infante became a free agent, so Kinsler will have that spot, and that frees up second base for the Rangers to get Jurickson Profar to a playing everyday level. The 20-year-old has shown flashes of brilliance in his revolving roles last year on the Rangers. Prince Fielder has hit 55 home runs for the Tigers over the last 2 years. However, he did not have his best game in last year's playoffs. Both teams hope they solidified a World Series caliber roster with the trade. In entertainment news, the popular song What Does the Fox Say has made its way into everyone's conversation. AP has the video on their description of the song.
What does the fox say? What the fox say? What the fox say?
We had the idea like 1 year ago, or more than that, 1.5 years ago. We were sitting in the office and just experimenting with animal sounds and sort of the stupid thing about making a song about animal sounds. And we had this stuffed fox in the office, and we just looked at that and we thought, we don't know what sound the fox make. We don't have like problems with the fox like you do here in Britain. We rarely see the fox in Norway. I think I've seen a fox maybe 5 times in my life.
What does the fox say?
We're in the process of duplicating them.
And it's actually a squirrel and a bear.
Yeah, squirrel, bear.
Because they were out of fox costumes when we... Actually, we hired a guy to make fox costumes, but they really looked like... Yeah, they look terrible. They look like a dead bird.
And we're always giving these jobs to people like 2 days before we're shooting. He's like, we should have costumes. Yeah, we should have. And then we called the guy and, oh, okay, yeah, I can do it. And
sure we shortened his life.
Yeah, he just had a complete breakdown, poor guy.
Will we ever know? Will always be a mystery. What do you think?
According to the Weather Channel, we should expect a high of 73 and a low of 43 with cloudy skies. Texan TV News is a product of the Texan News Service. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and our website at texannewsservice.net for all your latest news, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. I'm Jazmine Echols from the Tarleton State University in Stephenville, Texas. Have a great day.